So I'll be honest. When I picked up the Z Fold 6, right? And if you don't know, I've owned every single Z Fold device possible. I owned a Z Fold 1, a Z Fold 2, a 3, 4, 5, and now a 6. And I will say, when I picked up the 6, the first thing I thought about was, how much am I going to use this outside display? Because with the Z Fold 5, I use the outside display a lot, right? And I used it a lot whenever I would, again, it was my daily driver for the whole year that I had it now, because now it's the Z Fold 6. But I use it a lot, but it's still, I could never get over the fact of how long and narrow it was. And that was always my biggest issue. But the Z Fold 6 being that tad bit bigger display, and I mean literally it's not that much bigger, it's a tad bit bigger. I was thinking to myself, how much am I going to actually use this outside display? Am I going to use it as much as I would use a regular candy bar cell phone, or is this just going to be a gimmick that the outside display is a little bit bigger and that's pretty much it? And I'll be honest with you, I really love the size of the outside display. And that's surprising. Because if you follow the channel, you know I adore, and I mean absolutely love, the Pixel Fold 1. Favorite phone. Currently, right now, available. I love it more than the Z Fold 6. I love it more than the Z Fold 5. I love it more than any other Z Fold device. Because the outside display is nice and large. Perfect size, in my opinion, for an outside display. I love the OnePlus Open. I think that's a good display. Not as good, in my opinion, as the Pixel Fold. Nonetheless, though, I will say I do really like / love the Z Fold 6 outside display. I think it kind of, for what we're going to get out of the Z Fold series, is a really, really good outside display. It's not perfect, but it's good. And by the way, yes, I know I made videos on the fact that the Pixel Fold 2 is going to have a long, narrow outside display and be pretty much a copy and paste of the OnePlus Open. I'm very happy about that, by the way. Nonetheless, though. And by the way, just also side note, after 1 week of using this phone, I will officially say 1000% no. Don't buy this phone. Don't. Literally, please do not. When I say that the outside display is just a tad bit bigger, and that's the only thing I have mentioned in 3 minutes of this video, that should give you an indication of why you shouldn't buy this phone. Get a Z Fold 4 or Z Fold 5 at a discounted price on a secondhand website, or go with a Pixel Fold 1, or wait for the Pixel Fold 2, OnePlus Open, or wait for the OnePlus Open 2. Don't buy the Z Fold 6. Because, honestly, outside of the outside display and how I said it's a tad bit bigger and I'm starting to love it, this is the same thing as the Z Fold 5. Battery, same. Inside display, practically the same. Everything about this phone, practically the same. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I will say it a million times, there's nothing wrong with that fact. And if you want to spend money just to spend money and get the latest and greatest Z Fold products, it's a great phone. If you have a Z Fold 3 and you're like, listen, I want to upgrade and I don't want the Z Fold 5 because I like spending money, Z Fold 6 is a great phone. But just, again, you have to know what you're getting into when you get into it. And when you compare it to the other juggernauts on the list, with the Pixel Fold 2 coming out in, 13 days from now, and that's going to have a really good battery up to close to 5,000 millihertz. And then you also got the OnePlus Open 2 that's rumored to have above 5,000. You look at battery life of the 3 phones competitors here, the Z Fold 6 really lies behind in all those categories. Has a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor. It's plenty powerful, but a normal consumer, it's perfect. Google is going all out with their G4 processor, their Tensor G4 processor. The OnePlus Open 2 will probably actually also have the G3 processor. Usually they kind of follow Samsung in that line. Nonetheless, though, I was trying to say 3G. G3 processor, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, 3rd gen processor. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm messing up my words. My point is, Z Fold 6 is great. Okay? After a week of owning it, I love the phone. I absolutely adore the phone. And that's because I love foldable cell phones. Do I love it for the price tag? No. No, I don't. I don't at all. Because I don't think it's an $1,800 upgrade. And even if you trade in your old phone, I don't think it's worth it. They do give great discounts for trade-ins. I will give Samsung a lot of credit there. But again, like I said, I think there's a lot of other phones that are really great and available very shortly in the next couple months. So if you are thinking about buying the Z Fold 6, okay, I want to go ahead and tell you right now, please wait. For your own good, please wait. Wait until you see what comes out. Because the Pixel Fold 2 looks really good. OnePlus Open 2 is going to be an Oppo Find N Fold 4 recreated. That's going to be a great phone. If after a couple months you look at the Z Fold 6 and say, I still want it, guess what? By that point that you just said I want it, this phone's going to be discounted on Amazon, discounted on Best Buy, probably discounted in some capacity from Samsung, and you're going to sit there and say, I want it, and you're going to spend $300 less on the phone. So just wait, and you spend way less money. But again, would I consider, what would I rate this out of 10? It's a 10 out of 10. I think it's a great phone. But again, that we're past a point with foldable cell phones where you really look at them and say, oh, this is bad, or this is bad, or that is bad. Most foldable cell phones nowadays, and I'm looking at, again, the 3 competitors here, are almost perfect. They're almost to the point where you can't complain. The Pixel Fold's the only exception, but it was a first-gen product. And the OnePlus Open wasn't a first-gen product. That was a 3rd generation product from Oppo that was rebranded for OnePlus. So that's 3 generations. This is 6 generations for the Z Fold 6. And then Pixel Fold was 1 generation. But with the Pixel Fold 2, they're pretty much just copying the OnePlus Open. So you could even then, in a sense, say that's 3 generations as well. My point is, we're past the point with foldable cell phones where a tech reviewer comes on here and says, guys, this phone's amazing. It's the best of the best of the best. Because at the end of the day, that's not true. None of these cell phones is the best of the best of the best. Every cell phone has a different purpose that you, the consumer, are going to want to buy for certain reasons. Whether it's camera, the actual cell phone, if you're a power user, if you like Samsung DeX, that's a great feature with the Z Fold lineup. All these cell phones are great, but it depends on what you want to use, and that's why I would say wait. Wait, once they all come out, then you can say, okay, you know what, I like this part, I like this, and by that time, they're discounted. And nothing is better than buying a foldable cell phone when you can save $300 on it. Because you already know, once we get closer to Christmas, whoo-hoo, those discounts are going to start flying. Peace out.